All right, and I'm letting everyone in now. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll begin in just a second here. Let's see, get everybody. All right. We'll give people a second just to pop on here to the meeting. But while we're waiting for everyone to hop on, let's just make sure. Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. So we just have a few reminders before we start the class, and just some general notes for people who haven't taken the classes, or just reminders for everyone. We got a few more coming in here. So some may not be familiar with who Jeff is. Some are familiar with who Jeff is, but he's obviously a painter, artist, has been painting for around 20 years, selling his paintings for a living. Yeah, so just some reminders on the classes. We just keep everyone muted just because we have a lot of people. It helps us to keep it, nice and organized. And then also, if you have any questions, you can use the chat feature in the meeting. Let's see here. Here it is. I'll be monitoring that throughout, and then I'll ask Jeff any questions that you have. Just put them into the chat. I'll ask Jeff. So, and then we're also recording this class, but don't worry, we're not going to record. We're keeping everyone muted, so nobody's voices will be on there. Only Jeff or I. And then we'll only be recording Jeff's picture, so nobody else's picture will be recorded on there. So I think that is that's everything I wanted to mention before. So, and if anyone's for any reason you want to see it before we post it, we'll post it to YouTube. And if for some reason you're uncomfortable with that, you can just message us and let us know. So just some notes beforehand. So that is all.
Cool. Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this. I had some problems with my toupee, so I had to run to the store and just buy a inexpensive toupee. I hope it looks good.
So now you can kind of get a flavor for what our classes are kind of like. If anyone hasn't been taking our classes, now you know.
All right. Boy, that thing's warm.
It looks good, Jeff. That's an improvement.
I know. I think I might wear it. Cover up my bald spot. Thank you guys for. Can you see me?
Yes.
All right. There's not much room between the camera and the easel, so thank you for joining us. We are going to use Degas' Ballerina as a muse. We did have one little glitch. I don't have an actual picture of it with me. I have a small picture of it, so I'm going to try to go off of that. And but what I did is I kind of memorized it, and hopefully it'll work out. And then, like usual, we're going to sketch first. So we're going to create some muscle memory, and then once we start painting, it'll be very easy to do because we've already sketched it so many times. We get comfortable with the shapes and proportions, and then we can apply paint. The painting will pretty much paint itself. So what we can do, just to start out, last week, if you were here, we talked about the pear shape and how that can make the human figure simpler. And so maybe what we'll do is just try a couple sketches. We're going to do a pear. We'll do some shapes for the legs, make it easy. And we'll just do some very simple sketches just to get started. So if you have something to sketch with, so pencil, paper, I'm going to be using charcoal. I recommend charcoal because it certainly is a lot of fun. And for me, it pretty much does the work for you. Makes it very easy. So let's see here. I'm going to divide my spaces up into, try to get them as even as possible. So then my pear there's my pear, or it'll be her figure here. But that's how easy it is. So her shoulders come down like this and then drop down, and then they go behind her. So this is the top of her ballet dress. So her shoulders are here. So we got the pear, we got dropping shoulders along here. So let's see here. We can now, if you remember the sculpture, her head kind of looks like this. So it's her hair comes across here, it's pointing up, so her eyes, her nose, and her mouth are right there.
Hey, Jeff, would you be able to kind of put the camera a little bit? Is it possible to get it closer if you put it a little bit more angled to the side? I want to make sure you still have enough room to work though.
Oh, is that better?
That's a lot better. But are you able to maneuver?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yep. All right. So this leg, let's just do two sausages here. Right there. It comes down like that. This one is going to come out. Her face needs a little work. So let's try that again. Let's do the pear. We can do her shoulders pretty simple. Her dress actually comes down like this. She has a couple buttons on there. This is out the way her tutu is. It almost looks like a cupcake, the paper cupcake containers. I can't think of what they're called. Whatever you bake cupcakes in that are paper. They have the mini ridges, and it almost looks like that is upside down. If you want a kind of a visual.
Someone said liners. Cupcake liners. Also, there was let's see here. Someone had also a question, Jeff, real quick.
Yeah.
It's about paint. Oh, okay, not get cyan blue or Indian yellow. What can I use to substitute for those colors? I am using water mixable oil.
So any blue will work. You will have two types of blue, a warm blue, which is going to go more towards a green, and a red blue, which is going to go more towards a purple. Ultramarine is more of a red blue. Cobalt, phthalo, Prussian, they are going to be more green. So either one will work. So don't worry about it. And then yellow, whatever yellow you have. So if you have cadmium yellow light or lemon yellow, that'll be the a primary color. But if you have a, let's see here, cadmium yellow medium or cadmium yellow dark, they will be, you won't get the pure colors that you would normally get with the cadmium yellow light or cadmium lemon. But any colors will work, especially with this Ballerina. We are going to use a lot of mud colors. So we're going to be creating some colors that are not the pure color. So any colors will work. Does that work? Does that make sense? Perfect. You could start out with a square, cut off the corners.
Oh yeah. Yep, there's a question. What are you using to draw this? Pastels, pencil, it looks too thick to be a pencil. Yeah, so this is, Jeff's using charcoal. And mainly it shows up really well on a lot better than a pencil. That's part of the reason why Jeff's using it. So, but you can, it's not bad to use a pencil. You can definitely use a pencil, anything that you can use to sketch.
Maybe that might be a little bit simpler. She definitely has a kind of a diamond shape like this. And then her arms drop down. Jake, I'm going to send you a picture of the ballerina I am drawing. I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Post it on there. There we go. Should have it in a second.
All right. Okay, looks like I just got it. Let's see here. Maybe we do the sketch a couple more times. Yes, yeah. So Jeff usually sketches it a few times, and we like to take our time a little bit and go about it pretty relaxed. We're not in a race or anything. Well, Jeff, are you in a race? I'm not in a race.
I would lose.
Okay, so someone asked, should we try doing the exact designs? Is it all about copying for this lesson? What would you
Nope,
say, Jeff?
nope. Actually, once we start painting, it'll be a lot easier than the actual sketches because the paint will be more forgiving. And just like I'm making corrections right now, we can do that with our paint.
And just like our art course, right, Jeff?
Yep.
Shameful plug. That, it's about, finding your own style and what feels right to you. Taking what Jeff says, but also applying it to what makes sense to you. Let's see, someone said some help with the angle of the legs.
So the easiest way to do legs is do little sausages.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Suzanne, I think, let me get the email that Jeff sent, the picture, because I think Jeff is using a slightly different angle than the one that we had sent in the email. So
And it's
that's
only
why it
because
looks,
of I don't have a picture.
yeah. So slightly different angle here. But actually, I mean, this is, I'll send it to everyone a little last minute, but if you're able to open up, get your print it from your email or view it from your email, you'll be able to have that in just a second here.
So you will have good ones, you will have bad, and that's okay. We're going to just keep sketching them. And if you've taken the classes before, you know that with the painting, we'll get somewhere in between the good and the bad, but it'll be better than the drawings. So somewhere in between the good and the bad, but our actual painting is going to be better than our drawings. So if you want to see the pear shape again, like this.
No, Suzanne, we want to hear your questions and comments. We like hearing from you, so don't be quiet. She said, I'm trying to be quiet. The more questions and comments, the more it contributes to the class, the information and the education and all that good stuff. Someone asked, how is Jeff getting the head to tilt back?
So her hair, she's got kind of a bowl haircut right there. Of course, she has a ponytail in the back. But the higher you put the eyes, actually, for her head,
So just to answer someone else's question, next, let's see, what are we going to draw next week? Next week, we are going to be drawing and painting. Actually, what is it next week? It's either poppies or trees. Let me double check here. Okay, yeah, so next week we're doing poppies, January 31st, then February 7th, the week after that, then we're doing birch trees. Oh, no, I didn't send the email quite yet. I'll sending it just here in just a second here.
Like I said, you'll get good ones and bad ones.
All right, everyone should have the, or should have just received the other picture, the reference photo that Jeff is currently using. All right, someone is asking me some advice. They said, I've been trying to, let's see here. I've been trying to have it way more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, if you feel that way, simplify it more.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Suzanne was wondering which ballet position are we doing for her second position, I believe. She says, is is there specific like positions of how they took photographs of her? Is that a thing, Jeff? Or
Oh yeah, that you can it's a sculpture, so they'll take images of her from the side, from the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was.
If we get to it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you will have good ones and bad ones.
Oh, for her feet. Sorry.
Oh.
That Suzanne was let's see here. Hold on, I gotta catch up and get a bunch of messages now. Hold on. Oh, cool. Oh, you didn't get the email. I will send that out right now. Let me see. Wonder why that is. But I'll get it up to you guys here. Sorry about that.
All right, how's everybody feeling about their ballerinas? At least is it getting easier? How about a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Yeah, he had an opportunity to master this ballerina. I believe he actually made a number of them. If we took our time, drew her,
Okay, so what Suzanne was wondering is the dance positions, what dance position it was, because she said, I think she said her grandma was a dancer. She was wondering what ballet position she was the pose was in. Fortunately,
best.
someone said looks like fourth position ballet feet. Oh, yep, I actually sent it out from the email I sent to everyone is from the not Buffalo Boughton, it's actually from Black Tide Music. So different sender. So it could have gone to spam. Get on your toes, Jeff, someone says. Oh, that's Suzanne. Feet are in a version of fourth position with arms extended back. We're getting some ballet education here.
I see that.
We're going to be ballet experts by the end of the evening.
So who's ready to paint?
Someone, Annie says yes. Someone says
See a
me.
few yeses.
Thumbs up.
So someone just said help with the head. Because we're going to paint the head abstract, we're just going to be suggesting the head. Don't try too hard.
And then I think they also had mentioned wanted the head to be looking down. Wanted her to be looking down.
Looking down.
And then message goes on, would that just have it, or would that make it harder?
She's got a kind of an angry face, but so if you want to put the head down, imagine the eyes wherever you put the line going across. So let's put the center haircut is going to be, wait.
Okay, they said might just scratch that idea because I think I got the head right. Okay.
And so if you,
Help with the head I need. Jeff can't fix. How about that?
I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm ready to paint. It will be a lot easier. Everybody in favor? All
I
right.
think so. Let's do it. Oh, someone said, are we sketching it onto the canvas as well?
You can, if you've taken the class before, you know that I like to make a mess. So to me, it's easier to make a mess and then edit it. And I'll show you how that works.
Let's see, I'm using graphite. Will that cover on the canvas?
Yeah, you can sketch out your ballerina on the canvas with a charcoal. It will affect the color of your paint a minute amount, but I feel like I should at least warn you about that. So let me get some gloves on.
Yeah, keep the questions and the comments coming. There's a lot of discussion happening in the chat. It's good.
So let's sort out our colors. I'm going to be using cadmium yellow light. Here's
Okay.
cadmium red light.
Someone says, first timer here, do we need to wear gloves?
No. If you're using oil and you're going to continue to use oil, I recommend it. But you will get, I recommend gloves anytime just because it gets on your hands, it gets underneath your fingernails, and you're trying to clean your hands for weeks.
And then Tracy gets upset.
Exactly. So Ada, we won't even, we're just going to suggest the nose and mouth. So I'll show you what that means. All right, so then as you do more ballerinas, you can get to more details. But right now, we just want to kind of get an expressive ballerina onto the canvas. So we probably won't use a whole lot of ivory black. I'll just put a little bit up there. And as you know, you will use a lot of white. So I'm going to put a lot of white up there. So what we're going to do is make a gray at first. And we're just going to have kind of a basic color study for mastering color. And if you've taken the class, you probably have seen this already. But we're going to use a basic mud color and then go out from there using that mud color. So what do I mean by that? So let's grab a little bit of every color. Oh, I forgot one color. Indian yellow. And mix that up. We're going to get a nice, ugly, muddy color. And right away, you can see how dark it is. So it actually makes for a nice black. But if you look at that color, it'll be pretty close to the dark shadows on her, below her neck and on her legs. So we got this, we got a nice muddy color here. So if you want to know exactly what that color looks like, grab a little bit of white. You should have a very neutral gray. And that's actually getting pretty close to the color of her skirt. So you can take that neutral gray, throw a little bit of yellow in there. So what I did, now I'm getting closer to her, the top part of her tutu. And I'm going to stop here and explain what I did. So we made that mud. And if you want to think about this as the central post, and then every color that's going to go out from this mud color, if we use just a little bit of it in that color, we're going to have this nice color harmony. And this is good, a good practice to use in your paintings, because like I said, it does harmonize the painting. It will improve the quality, or it'll improve the maturity of the painting. But this is just one of the ways. We have a course coming up, and the first two classes, it'll be 2 3-hour classes, 2 2-hour classes, then an hour or so for some question and answer. But in those 2 classes, you will never, ever learn everything there is about color. Because I feel like once you learn one thing about color, 10 more doors open up. And so you choose one of those doors and 10 more doors open up. Color is very powerful and it's very dynamic. So in those 2 classes though, just like what we're doing right here, we will learn to master color, where it won't be intimidating for us anymore. We will actually be able to use color to our advantage. So just a little plug, I guess, for the class. But it's cool. Watch how this process is going to make a fantastic painting. So just my cadmium yellow light, magenta, cyan blue, cadmium red light, and Indian yellow. Now, if you do not have those colors, even if you have 3 colors, mix those 3 colors together. And the best way to think, a nice way to think about it is this color is atmosphere. So just like a red sunset affects everything on the horizon, green trees all of a sudden have a red tint to them. We're going to use this mud color to have an effect on everything in the painting. Does that make sense? It's just we got to think of tricks on how to make our paintings better, and this is just one of them. the recipe for, so now I have my mud color there, right? So I wanted to know what exactly is that color. So I mixed a little bit of white. And so I got this nice neutral gray. And otherwise, when it's in its dark form, it's hard to know if it's leaning towards the blue, if it's leaning towards the red or yellow. But adding just a little bit of white will reveal its true color.
All right.
So then,
we have a question. How do you get the beigey color?
this one
I think the one at the top.
up here. So
Yeah,
I took a little bit of this. So I added white to my mud. I got this color. Then I took this color, mixed in just a little bit of my cadmium yellow light and a little Indian yellow and some more white. So you have to kind of just play around with it a little bit. And there is no right or wrong way of doing it. What feels good to you, you be the judge of it. If the color looks right, every one of us is going to end up with a different color.
Yeah. That's the cool thing. Oh, it looks like there's a few more questions here real quick, Jeff.
Sure.
So one is, do you just keep wiping your palette knife off between colors?
Yes, definitely. The more you use a palette knife, you'll learn when you should leave it on and when you want to take it off. And you'll know because it'll start leaving the color you don't want on your canvas. But there's always ways to fix that. So mastering the palette knife. If you're going to use the palette knife, you want to hang on to it with the tips of your fingers. If you hold on to it like a knife, your knuckles are going to drag across your painting. But if you hold on with the tips of your fingers, now you can actually get up close to your palette without, and you can use the whole edge of the knife.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I can do this. Where am I on the screen here?
Yeah, you're in frame.
So if you're holding on the tips of your fingers, now you can come up. You have nice control of your palette knife. If you're holding it like this, you're going to be dragging you're going to stab the painting and get not very pleasing marks. It'll look like stab marks on there. You'll also drag your knuckles through the painting. Hang on to it with the tips of your fingers and you're going to have wonderful control of it.
Perfect. Let's see here. One more. Well, let's see here. Maybe one more, or maybe another one after this one. It says I sketched it out on paper. I don't know if I can copy it because I don't know if I have charcoal. Will the paint work on sketch paper? I think it's acrylic.
It will work, but it won't be something you can keep. The oil paint will actually bleed into the sketch paper, and over the years, it'll actually eat it away. So that's why you're going to always use a gesso. You're going to use you can even use acrylic paint to protect it. You can use paper, but you have to tape it off and then put gesso on it to protect it. If you go right on the paper, just like you've seen oil, any oil get into a fabric or get into on paper, it just kind of seeps right into the paper, and that's what will happen. But if you have a great drawing that you want to use, what I would suggest, don't paint over it. Use that as your inspiration.
Yeah, because you don't have to start from if you don't want, you don't have to start from a sketch. Like Jeff's just gonna start from making a mess, like he says.
Yeah. And matter of fact, I was gonna paint it out real quick, but maybe I will just create a absolute mess and then fix it. It's a lot of fun because the whole time you're painting, you're editing. So you make the mess, you edit it, and it's easier to fix because things are already in place. And I'll show you an example of that. So let's see here. Let's just start out with her face. All right, there I know at least her proportions. I think painting this way is a lot easier. I don't care. I don't like my painting for one thing, and that allows me to keep editing without worrying about it, without worrying about wrecking something if I got started on there.
Let's see. Someone asked, are we not going to do back hair and the hair? Let's see. I just wonder what. Let's see here. Wait. The hairnet type look. Is it our choice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Let's see here.
So I think I will do flesh tone in comparison to the bronze. So I have to use my imagination a little bit. So again, I'm picking up paint. I'm not even getting all of the canvas covered. I'm just going to keep building up my paint. And so right now we are at the very beginning stages of our painting. And let's try to do an edit. I'm just going to take a bizarre color. Kind of like that for her hairpiece though. So that's what I mean by editing. If I go way out here by some chance, it's easy to obviously fix that. We'll just go over that with our background color. I'm gonna just slow down a little bit for everyone. Again, if you have that picture in front of you, actually, you know, if you notice in the top part of her tutu, there's all kinds of ombre color, just all kinds of this weathered color in there. Just like with the bottom part of her tutu. This style of painting really lends to creating that effect in the fabric. So as I go along, so I'm going to probably try to by adding other colors. Got a little bit of mud in there. Is there a name for this specific style of painting? My 3-year-old could do it. How's that? No, I kind of, so for me, this is how I can build things, build shapes and stuff with a painting. I like to think of myself, I kind of combined impressionism with expressionism. Impressionism is using color to create an atmosphere. So in the shadows, you put blue, and that creates this cool feeling that's out of the sun. Expressionism is somebody who just has to put their ideas down on canvas. And so they don't worry about details. They're just kind of getting what they want on the canvas to tell the story in their painting. So impressionism, expressionism, maybe that's a good name for it. So when I look at the ballerina, I'm looking at proportions. So shapes and proportions. If I drop down from the side, from each shoulder straight down, notice that the arms actually go in. But if you're dropping straight down, you're going through the edges of the skirt. And if you keep going on the left side, you actually go to the back part right here. You get to the back part of her foot. I keep pulling. Oh, keep pulling from my mud pile. All right, so how's everybody doing?
Looks like everyone's just painting away.
Nice.
Hmm. All right, I am gonna just step away just for a second here. I'll be right back.
All right. It's her Jake left. How's everybody doing? Oh, nice, Bridger. Nice, Amy. So if you noticed, Suzanne, I have been editing my legs as I go. So thinking about what direction they're going. And if you notice, there's just slight little curves in there suggesting the knees, the legs. Yeah, so take a strong color and outline it. Like down here, I'm taking gold and I'm just outlining it, editing my legs.
All right,
Any questions?
Yes, I think there's a few. We gotta scroll up here.
There you go, Suzanne.
Let's see, should I try and draw the colors? Do you mean use the colors to outline the shape of it, or?
Again, I'm just applying paint. So I'm not necessarily drawing with the paint. I'm applying paint where I feel like it should go. So if you look at her, the top part of her tutu, I keep shaping it here, but I'm noticing that there is this bronze color, but also there's a hint of red, maybe a hint of orange or pink in there. And so what I did is I just tapped my palette knife into the cadmium red light and mixed it in with my light bronze yellow color here.
I think there's a few more questions. Oh yes. So Suzanne was, she was saying hard time with the back legs and top coat. The top coat.
So if you
Oh yeah, it
look
looks
at
like she's.
legs, it almost seems like they're coming in. And this one is going out, and the knee. The knee is going to be lower. I goofed it up. If you basically they're doing two shapes. You can draw those lines right there and then break that up into the little sausages. See if that is easier. And of course, if you're getting something that you don't like, scrape it off. Do something drastic. Don't try to keep fighting that mistake.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, someone says I'm really enjoying, but I feel the proportions are off.
Yeah, don't worry too much about proportions. I'm not trying to do the exact painting of the girl. You should have about here from the top of the head to the bottom of her, the top part of her or bottom part of her tutu should be halfway, and then the other half will be down to this left foot. But I'm probably off a little bit. Pretty close, but don't worry too much. If it doesn't look right and it's frustrating to you, scrape it off and start over. Take the paint that you scraped off and add it to your mud, or set it on the side of your mud and you can use it as another mud color. And it'll work because it has all the colors already in our painting. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration here with her skirt. So now I'm getting close to pure white. And so I can put that on there. And it works because all of these colors, I mix the slight mud in with my white. So I don't want to put a pure white on there, but because it's connected, putting that almost pure white, all of the mud previous to that is going to enhance that color.
All right, let's see here. Let's put it. And thanks everyone for their patience. We got a lot of questions here, so we're just kind of going through them best we can here. Let's see, if the legs are too heavy, how do I bring in another color without blending?
So that's the beauty of holding your palette knife like this. So you can go in, I'll use actually maybe I'll use magenta. You can go in and edit.
And it'll be slightly different with acrylic, right, Jeff?
Yes.
As
Actually,
far
if
as
you're using acrylic, it'll be easier. Just let it dry and then reproportion it. Wipe it off if it's too thick.
yeah, the acrylics dry much quicker, so that's one benefit. It could be a downside, could be a benefit, depending on how you look at it. All right, what if we are using watercolors and it mixes with the colors that are still watery? Let's see here.
Do you have a hair dryer? If you have a hair dryer, you can use that and it'll dry that bottom color faster.
Oh, good. Suzanne says she likes the legs that she painted now.
Good.
Someone else said they love that pop of red. That's awesome. All right, I gotta find my spot now. Okay, yeah. Should I use skin color or the statue color? You maybe what am I trying to say here? You can use whatever, whatever you feel like, whatever you want, obviously. But do you have any thoughts on that, Jeff, as far as the color?
I would probably go with more of an exaggerated skin color. This style of painting and the bronze, I think it'll come out just a little too dark. Now, if we were painting realistic, I think then I would recommend the bronze, but with this, we're just having fun.
All right, let's see here.
I wasn't going to do the face, but
I'm not sure what painting. Someone call me Mr. Jake.
I think they meant to say Mr. Big.
Probably. Oh yeah. All right. Another question: are we going to paint entire canvas surface?
Yes. With that, we will we'll do something in just a minute, just to simplify things. And actually, you get to do whatever color you want, but I do have a couple recommendations.
All right. So let's see here. What colors make the skin tone again?
Um, a dab of your mud, and you can use a little bit of the cadmium red light and a little white. So if you are at this stage where you want to start working on the background, what I would recommend doing is you can take any color. I'm going to use the Indian yellow and just going around and outlining it. Just go all the way around. Do a little editing there. We take some liberties with her tutu here. How many of you are frustrated? Perfect. Frustration is part of the learning process, but I feel like it's your best friend because the frustration is telling you what not to do next time. So don't, if you see something that you don't like, do something drastic, change it, scrape it off, and start over. What you scrape off and the paint that's underneath it is going to contribute to the painting. Bob Ross called it happy accidents. But just like all of this background in my painting, I'm not afraid of it because I know I'm going to be able to use it to my advantage. Somehow I'll get a happy accident out of there. So the same is true. Let's say there's just something that isn't working in your painting, scrape it off, simplify, add a few more strokes. One good thing that will help you is taking your phone camera and looking at your picture through your phone camera on the screen. What that will do is it actually readjusts your brain. So you're looking at your painting with fresh eyes. And it'll actually tell you, instead of it being now more three-dimensional, somewhere in between 2 and 3-dimensional, now it becomes completely 2-dimensional. and it'll tell you what it needs, what's working and what isn't working. I gotta fix my lady's neck. She looks like she's been wrestling. She's got a wrestler's neck. I get 10% of the royalties. Someone's going to name their band Wrestler's Neck.
That's awesome. Make it 15.
So again, I'm mixing up kind of a bronzy color, and I'm using all my mud, and I'm just starting to, I'll add a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red along with my mud to kind of get this bronzy color. And so what I'm hoping for is now I'm going to come back
And while we have a moment here, I just wanted to mention if you are able to, if you want to, you can post your painting on Instagram, and then you can tag us at Buffalo Bout and put that tag in there so that we can see it when you post it. We'll be notified, and then we can also post it to our story so everyone else can see everyone else's paintings too, because it's nice to see the even though we're painting the same subject, how the wide variety that comes from that. So you can either do it on Instagram, or if you don't have Instagram, you can also email us, or we have a feature at the bottom of our classes page where you can upload your painting. That's usually the best way is Instagram. Second best way is on the website, and then third best is just to email it. So yep, just thought I'd mention that. One other thing I'll just mention real quick is if for some reason you have to log off early tonight, or if Jeff's still going and you have to log off, You can also catch the rest of the class. Obviously, you mentioned we uploading it to YouTube, so you can go into there and just, if you roughly remember where you left off, you can follow along and watch the rest of the class if you want to. Or if you want to watch future classes and you aren't able to sign up for that particular time, we'll upload them, and then you can take the class whenever you want, because it'll be you can just follow along with it on YouTube. So I just thought I'd mention that also.
Decided to give her a little more hair.
No more red hair.
What's that?
I just said no more red hair, or was it was a red hairnet or something? Or what was it before?
Are you talking about my toupee?
I thought the ballerina had like a red no, that's black, Jeff. That's black hair. I mean, that does look good too, but so someone's wondering, are we going to do a quick round after this again like we did last time?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Does Jeff suggest that we add detail to her face?
No, I don't. I'm actually going completely off base with the way she looks, which happens a lot in a painting, because you start out with one thing. For me, you rather have the painting lead you along. So as you're painting, and you're going one direction, but the painting is going a different direction, follow the painting. And now it's kind of becoming my own. And do you know why? Because nobody says I can't.
Okay, someone's wondering, why not use a brush?
You can. I like a palette knife just because I love the texture. And so you can use a brush. You can use brushes that are 4 inches wide down to some crazy artists will actually use one single hair. And if I'm not mistaken, they might even get down to like the hair on a bug, because they want that kind of detail. For me, the palette knife just is, I don't have to worry about details. I'm suggesting things. And the power of suggestion is greater than the statement of reality. So remember that the power of suggestion is greater than the statement of reality. And if we painted the exact ballerina, and every one of us could paint that Degas ballerina perfectly. We just need enough time to do it. So, and if we did it, everybody would know the whole story and say, hey, that's Degas' ballerina. But the fact is, like my girl here, she's kind of just inspired by Degas' ballerina. And I'll tell you a quick story. If you've been taking the classes, you guys can tune out. But I'll give you an example of the power of suggestion. And it's about Ernest Hemingway. I like to quote Ernest Hemingway because it makes me sound like I'm smart. But Ernest Hemingway was actually considered a simpleton. Critics made fun of him because his stories and the words he used were all very simple. One critic said you don't need a dictionary to read a Hemingway book. And the idea is every word is so easy to understand. And so what's kind of cool, Hemingway is considered one of America's greatest authors. And he knew the criticism was out there. And I finally did the research and Googled it and found out the actual story. So what happened is he challenged his friends. He says, I can make you cry with 6 words. So they took the challenge. They all put $10 down. And so he says to his buddies, here is the story. For sale, baby shoes never worn. You may have seen this on our Instagram post a week or two ago. For sale, baby shoes never worn. What he didn't tell us, our minds fill in the details. And now this story has more of an impact on us. We get involved because our brain starts figuring out the details and telling the story in our mind. And it's a powerful emotional story. If you think about it, for sale, baby shoes, never worn. So in painting, so Hemingway was able to get people's imaginations going. He didn't tell them every detail. He used words to in a very simple way, and then people filled in all the details with their own minds. So how does that relate to painting? Well, if we give every detail, like if we painted this ballerina perfectly, we told the whole story. If we tell it with suggestion, if we tell it with exaggerated colors, texture, details that are not exactly perfect, we allow the viewer to fill in all the details. And now it becomes, the power of suggestion becomes more powerful than the statement of reality. Does that make sense? So obviously there's a lot of very talented, realistic painters, and people look at them and they admire the skill. But this style of painting allows us to tell a little bit of a story. And the story is whatever the viewer makes up in their mind. So we're basically imitating Hemingway's 6-word novel. So I'm just filling in the background here. Kind of made a off bronze color.
All right, Jeff, a few are asking if they can show theirs. Maybe once you're done, we can just have everyone hold up their paintings and you can scroll through on a grid view.
Sure. Maybe I'll finish up here. And then we can do a quick sketch afterwards.
All right, looks like some are curious about what colors you mix to get the background color.
My mud, white, and my yellows. I added yellow to the mud. And it's those colors to taste. Whatever color you come up with, you can adjust it, obviously. But just do it to the color that you like.
All right, I think Lena wants to show her painting, Jeff.
All right. Oh, Lena, it's beautiful. You did a nice job with her. I love her dress. I love her hair. Excellent. Just like last week, you did a better job than I did.
Looks like there's some that are, I think there might be someone that's heading off now, but thanks for joining. Hope you guys had fun, enjoyed it.
Oh, now I can see everybody.
All good.
So, it's kind of funny in the video camera, she looks really stocky. But in real life, it doesn't seem. Nice, Bridger. I love it. You have a unique style. Did you use acrylic? Oh, it's oil? Nice.
Take a look at Ada Swenningson's drawing there.
Oh, wow.
I think she used colored, they used colored pencils there.
Can you spotlight it?
Yes. Well, the only thing is we're recording this one.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Very nice. It's Ada. Is it Ada? Nice job, Ada. And
Very
Anna?
nice.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. All right, so nice. Oh, nice, Suzanne. Actually, nice job with the legs. That one turned out really nice. Oh, wait, I just saw somebody's and they all of a sudden switched around on me. Carrie Ann Peterson. I only have a small little square looking at it, but it looks adorable, like it's very stylized. Very cool. Oh, okay, actually, okay, so Deborah and I think it's Marnie, two completely different ballerinas, but both of them are amazing in their own way. They're both unique, but amazing. I have you right next to each other. That's why I'm comparing them. Excellent. Let's see if So when you get a chance, keep doing the quick sketches. So let me see if I have a picture. So last week's class, I just kept playing around with that ballerina. I'll show you what I ended up with. Oh. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I just kept playing around with, hang on one second. And last week I was abstracting her face, but this week I decided to actually add some details. So the point of showing you this is that so we sketched the ballerina many times. Keep doing it. Keep doing that quick sketch. You will have good ones, you will have bad ones. But eventually, when you start painting, you'll start creating your own style of painting, and you'll know what works and what doesn't work. And painting gets a lot more easier. The frustration gets less and less, and the joy gets more and more. So the frustration is annoying as it is, really does work to your benefit. I think many artists have quit because of frustration, too afraid to work through it. They might think I'm not good enough or it doesn't work. I'll never succeed. I'll never have a great painting. But some amazing things happen on the other side of frustration. So do you guys want to try another quick painting of it? So
like
it's we can do this week. Oh. All right, let me take a look, Paula. Beautiful. Okay, so here's another little secret that I did not talk about this in this class is contrast. So keep creating contrast, light and dark, clean colors, mud colors, big shapes, small shapes. So like right now, your ballerina, I think if you lightened up the background or lightened up her, one or the other, she'll stand out more, and it'll be fantastic. It'll be an amazing painting. Beautiful. Itzel, am I saying that right? Beautiful. I see a lot of red tops on everybody's painting. I just threw that red on top of mine just to show that you can use any color you want for editing. But I like what everybody did. Oh, Devin Howard, that is absolutely amazing. Look at that.
Wait, I gotta scroll over to it. Oh yeah.
Beautiful job. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Mom, you too. All right, so do you
Awesome.
guys want to try, if you have another canvas or if you have a piece of cardboard, it doesn't matter. We're just going to do a super quick 15-minute, 20-minute painting of the exact same painting. And now we are going to loosen up the painting a little bit. We'll have to, but we're going to go for the expression and impression. We're only going to be inspired by our ballerina. Weir's. That was beautiful. I missed your painting. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's grab another canvas. So the idea behind this is usually when we go slow, we fidget and we overwork the painting. All right, somebody stole my canvas.
I hit him on you.
Knew it. Well, here.
See you later, Suzanne. Thanks for joining.
Use a board.
Yeah, Suzanne's been taking our classes since the very beginning. Looks like someone else has to take off, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Every minute of this. All right. Take care. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, so we'll do this real quick. Jake, if you want to time,
Yep.
give us 20 minutes.
20 minutes. All right. Ready?
No, hang on a second.
Please say go. No.
Nice. Hackman family, that was awesome. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Nice job, you guys. Oh, see you later. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Melissa, that turned out fantastic.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
All right, so do we remember? Uh-oh.
What's that?
Oh, just my ear plate shut off.
Oh,
Give me a second.
I bet you're getting mugged or something.
I know. Well, that too. All right. So I'm just gonna use a small brush just to sketch out real quick. Oh, well.
All right. See you later,
Oh, wait,
Devin.
wait a second. I gotta get some more colors up here.
Who else?
I'm gonna try to use up all my paint.
Oh, it's Melissa and Jim. I was wondering. It's like, oh, must be another Melissa's on here. I forgot. All
All right. Are we ready?
right. Let me know when. Jeff's trying to get a head start.
I am. All right. I was out of gray.
My head's out soon. Maybe not yet. Gotta go now. Thanks for. Nice to hear Minnesota accent too.
Yeah, sure. You
Oh,
come
sure
to
you-
Minnesota, we'll go fishing in a boat.
Sure.
Oh, sure. We'll have some hot fish.
Well, I suppose. Okay, let's see here. Rule number 1 is cheating. All right, thanks for joining. Hope you can join again. Hopefully oh yeah, that's nice. Take advantage of the video.
Excellent, Sharon. Excellent.
Alrighty.
All right, are we all ready? Now you got to be careful. I should warn you, if you're using a palette knife, what will happen is your palette knife will catch the canvas and you'll hit the ceiling with paint. It'll fling or it'll go again on the wall or something like that. So you want to be painting fast, but not out of control. And so you'll really have to focus on basic shapes, basic, just the suggestion of the figure. We ready?
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. I'll give you a little heads up every 5 minutes or so. All right, we're right around 15 minutes left.
All right.
I'm going to step away just for a second here, but I'll be back to give another 5-minute reminder.
All right.
All right, right around 10 minutes left.
Just about 5 minutes left now. All right, that is 20 minutes.
There we go. Mine looks a little bow-legged, but how did everybody do? Nice. All right, Amy, absolutely perfect. Just now, seriously, look at your painting, and everybody look at your painting. You captured the essence of the ballerina, right? And so in 20 minutes, you created a fantastic painting because you had no fear. You already had enough confidence and experience to tackle this quick painting. And maybe you like it, maybe you don't. I usually like mine better because it has that looseness. It has the storytelling in it. I didn't take the time to figure everything out. So excellent job. I'm looking at everybody's, well, everybody that's holding one up. Oh, nice, Deborah. That looks like it belongs in a fashion magazine. Looks like fashion illustration.
That's awesome.
So can you simplify it more? So there's the challenge. Simplify it more and more and more, where you are literally just getting, you're telling so little of the story that people who look at it are going to be so intrigued at what's being said. Just like, remember Hemingway's story, 6 words, and he told a powerful story. Yeah, people consider it one of the shortest novels. You can Google shortest novels. Usually there's tons of them out there, but they'll usually credit him for that first story. So anybody else? Excellent, Bridger. Hey, Bridger, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think I like this one better than your first one. I liked your first one, but there's something about that one that really tells a nice story. Don't forget to sign them. Perfect. Soon as you put that signature on it, it increases the value. All right, anybody else want to show their painting? Yes, Amy, we'd love to see it. Beautiful. Okay, so I said this to somebody else earlier. Contrast. So if you look at your painting, it is excellent, spot on. If you started creating a little more contrast, okay, so you have a lot of red in there. So go towards, don't equal out the amount, but start adding in like a turquoise color. Turquoise to green, because that's going to complement your red, and you can hide the green in your mud. And so that complement, so red and green complement each other. A little bit of green is going to make that red even more powerful. That's what I was talking about earlier with the power of color. Knowing the colors and knowing their complements and how they work against each other and for each other is really a cool thing and powerful in your paintings. So Amy, even just lightening up the background or lightening up her, make her come forward if you add more details on her, is really going to turn that into a fantastic painting. Oh, you show off, Annie. Nope, it looks really good. So look at it, look at your painting through your camera lens. And the other thing, I forgot to say this earlier, now that everybody's gone, you really should be painting from about 6 to 8 feet away and standing up, because imagine being in an art gallery or in a museum. Where are you standing? 6 to 8 feet away. And so you should make your judgment or make your decisions from that distance away. And it allows you to see the whole picture. When you're up close, you see all the little details that you might be frustrated with. But if you stand back, then you get to see the whole picture at once. If I can't get, oh, I missed what Annie said. Give me a second, I gotta figure out how to work this thing.
Oh, I think I got it here, Jeff. She said, I can't get the hang of a palette knife. Can I get a similar effect with a brush?
Yes, you will. It'll be a different effect, but you can build up texture. So you want to think of your either the knife or the brush as a tool or as a shovel. So you're picking up your paint and applying it. So if you pick up a lot of it with a palette knife or with a brush, you can get a similar effect as far as texture. You will get little lines in there. Palette knife has a little smoother brush. I don't know how you would describe it, but a brush, you'll actually see the brush lines. All right, I got to do something real quick while. Actually, maybe I'll mute for a second. I have a frame.
Just got to do a little construction here for a sec. I see what Jeff's doing. It's perfect. See, I think Jeff's still on mute here. Let's get, oh, there we go.
Good thing I was on mute. I was telling everybody where all my treasure is hidden.
And social security number,
Yep.
credit card number. Don't worry, I already got that, Jeff.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty, are there any other last questions before we wrap up? Any questions, comments, concerns? I'm a little
Complaints.
concerned. I'm a little concerned about Jeff's toupee, but
Are you telling me it didn't look that good? I thought it was convincing.
no. It looked fine. It was, yes, it was very convincing, Jeff.
What do you expect for $11?
Well, you look. There you go. There's Bob Ross.
Boss Rob.
Boss Rob.
Rob Boss. There you go.
Rob Boss. There you go. Alrighty.
That it?
I think so. So next week we are doing poppies, and then the week after that we're doing birch trees, and then the week after that we're doing flowers. So those are, you can go sign up for those on our website if you'd like to. Thank you everyone for joining. Oh yeah. So Jeff, as far as canvas size, Amy was wondering for the next class, is it okay to use whatever size canvas I have?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Is it big or small? Okay.
Little
And
small,
next
yeah.
week is poppies?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it'll be perfect.
Sweet. All right. Awesome.
Well, everyone have a great night. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank
See
you,
everyone next
Bridger.
week. See you guys.